Okay, 7.3 is a pretty easy section. You're still going to be multiplying polynomials, but there's special cases. So the first type is when you have a binomial, two terms, and you're squaring it. So anytime you square a binomial, you will always get a trinomial. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different techniques. Here's the safe way. When you see binomials squared, just write it out twice and do FOIL. Okay, we talked about FOIL. You're going to take 8x times 8x, that's going to be 64x squared. Okay, then when you do your outers, you're going to get a negative 40x. When you do inside, you're going to get a negative 40x. And then finally, the last, the L, is going to be negative 5 times negative 5, which is a positive 25. Okay, now these are like terms. So your final answer is a trinomial where it's going to be 80x plus 25. Okay, so 64x squared minus 80x plus 25. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for this one. Write it out twice and do FOIL. There's my x squared. My outers is going to be a 3x. Inside is going to be the 3x together. It's going to be a 6x. And then 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, we'll do one more like this, then I'll show you the shortcut. So 3x plus 4, 3x plus 4, we're going to get a 9x squared. The outers is going to be a 12x, inside is going to be the same thing, another 12x, together is a 24x, and then a 16. Okay, so here we can apply a shortcut called square double square. So that 5 is going to be squared, you're going to get a 25. Okay, your middle term is going to be the product. You're going to multiply what's inside and double it. Okay, so you're doubling 5 times 6x, and then the last thing you do is square that. So you're going to square 6x, which is going to be a 36x squared. So square, double, square for a final answer of 25. This is 30x, doubled is going to be a 60x, and then 36x squared. Okay, so if you multiply what's inside, that would be your outers, then your inners would be the same thing, a 30x plus 30x. That's where the 60x is coming from. Okay, so let's apply square double square to number 5. We have 3x times 3x is going to be 9x squared. I multiply what's inside, it's going to be a 21, but then I double 21, I'll have a 42x. And then I'll square the 7, which is a 49. So square, double square. Okay, so again, I took 2 times 21x to get the 42. Okay, and then finally, 36x squared. I multiply what's inside, we're going to get a 42, but then we're going to double it for an 84x. And then once again, square 7. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so with some practice, you're going to get really good at these. Try that in the big ideas. Try to do square, double square, or write it out on a marker board and do FOIL. Okay, so this last special case is super easy. These binomials, the only difference is the sign. Okay, so I have a 7x and a 1, a 7x and a 1, one's plus, one's minus. Whenever that happens, your outers and inners are going to cancel out. So we really only have the first and the last. So our answer is going to be a binomial. So because the outers and inners disappear. Okay, so you're just going to have 49x squared, and it's going to be a minus 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Like I said, your outers is 7x, inside the negative 7x, they disappear. So this is going to be a 36 minus 4x squared. Okay, this is going to be a 36x squared minus 49. This is going to be a 25x squared minus 1. This is going to be a 9x squared. Oh, I made my camera. This will be a 9x squared minus 36. This is going to be a 64x squared minus 9. Okay, so again, when you see that, again, just treat it as a regular FOIL problem, a binomial times a binomial, but you're going to see you're left with just a binomial, okay, two terms. And eventually this is going to tie into factoring when we go backwards. So when we see something like this, I'm going to expect you to write it as a product, okay, that's called factoring. Okay, so that's our introduction to 7.3. You ask questions, this should be a pretty easy section, and it's stuff that you already done in Algebra 1. Okay, so thanks for watching, take care.